Okay, good morning, Karen. I'm going to start you off with the project that I mentioned, and that is to transfer the sales listings from the Blue Water property site that you can see in front of you over to the Playa Conchal, Costa Rica site. Okay, the first order of business, obviously navigating to the page. You can see the address here. Please do so. Then we're going to start off at the very beginning of the sales page. We'll go to sales. And then we're going to start directly at homes. Now the listings are organized such that there's a page of home bullet points and bullets, which you'll see here shortly, hopefully. Here we are. So here's the list, so it makes it very easy to work down the list, hopefully, and know which homes you're doing, and you can work right off of this page. So the first order of business will be to, assuming you have already logged into the WordPress site, I did just send you some login information there. So here we go. We're going to, first of all, copy the bullet description without the price. Then hopefully you're already logged into, here's you can see the username I set up for you. We're going to add a very new post. And we're going to the first order of business. Now this is a listing format, so there are many more boxes down below. So we're going to paste the bullet description, which you'll see why later. And then we're also going to paste the price, which as we see is $439,000. And we're going to write that with the $sign. 439, commas please, to 3.00. So we want the full price written out to the cent. Okay, the next order of business will be to go back to the site, actually follow the link to Casa Sierra. Now what we're going to do is just copy over the listing detail information. Copy. And then in the post area, we will post that. Now also the post, obviously the post title will be the same as it was here, which in this case was Casa Sierra. This is a site that I designed a number of years ago, so it's kind of outdated. You'll see we're trying to move up, and we've got actually several other sites with this same client that they're waiting on, which is one of the reasons I hired you. Leave the post subtitles and the you'll find down here further SEO stuff, leave that to me. On categories with this particular listing, we're going to use, I'm going to have you only do the sales for right now, and then the price, which is 300K, 400K to 500K, okay? Now, we can publish this in order just to save it, because now comes the slightly difficult part and the time-consuming part. So this we've published. Now, the difficult part is this. Not difficult, but slightly time-consuming. She has none of her pictures organized, so unfortunately we have to copy them from right here. Now this slideshow, fortunately, allows you to right-click the photos. It's kind of hit and miss, and you go to Save Picture As, create some folder on your file that will say Sales. So we'll name that folder Sales. We'll open that. Oh. There it is, Sales. And we're going to save that. We want to save this particular picture as Casa Siena. Oh, wait a minute, actually, pardon me. We've now created it. Let's go back to the thing. You've got the folder created. There was a little mix up there. Here's the photos are already named. What we want to do is we want you to initially create that sales folder. We'll save picture as, and in the sales folder, what I'd like you to do is to create another folder with the name of the listing, which in this case is Casa Siena _ Siena. I prefer no spaces in folder names, etc. That works in our favor later down the road. So you'll see that the number is Casa Sierra 10, the way they do this, the picture numbering here. So you know you've saved Casa Sierra 10. Now you have to come back and try to do them all, which is difficult. It's Casa Sierra 11. Goodness, we know we didn't do that one. Save picture as Casa Sierra 12. We want to try to get all the pictures possible. Save picture as Casa Sierra 1. Okay, so we started back at the beginning. Save picture as. Casa Sierra 2, which we don't have, good. Save picture as. Casa Sierra 3, save, super. Casa Sierra 4. If you kind of are quick about it, you can get them right in order the first time. Casa Sierra 5. Save picture as Casa Sierra 6. Of course, if you ever figure out better ways or quicker ways to do this, that'll be my pleasure to listen. Casa Sierra 7. And I think we've Casa Sierra 8. Save picture as Casa Sierra 9. Okay, I think that's good enough for now. I don't think we had a 10, did we? Let's find out. Casa Sierra 10. Yes, we did. So cancel. So we have now the pictures, and they're stored on your folder. So now the trick of this is we're going to, at the bottom, underneath the price, you might need to clean this up a little bit depending on how it looks. There's some spaces that I don't want necessarily. And at the bottom, and then we'll enter one more time up in WordPress. I'm sure you're familiar with adding the pictures. So now the pictures need to be added, the ones we just downloaded and saved. And we will select the files. And I believe we did that in libraries. I'm not even sure where we did it. There it is. So we just choose them all. Now open. And now then it will take a bit of time to upload the pictures to the WordPress document. Once they're all uploaded, what we will do is insert the pictures as a gallery. And then you may not have noticed that on the format of the WordPress theme, there are thumbnail pictures. Once we have these all uploaded and the gallery installed, we have to put in 6 or so thumbnails, and I will show you how to do that next. All right, we save all changes here, and then once they're saved, the Insert Gallery down below, Insert Gallery comes up and we've got it. At this point, it's best to update it, so we save your work. Great, now we've updated it. Now we're going to move on to the thumbnails, and they're quite easy. Here we are, product thumbnail 1. We'll ask to upload the image, and all I ask is you to pick 6 images that you think are the best of the ones that you can see. Now the way this will go is you'll go to the gallery, because we've already uploaded 12 pictures, and we're going to use the pictures from that selection. Now I like to get the pool in there usually, so that we'll show that photo, and then it has the link. And we insert that into post. You don't necessarily need to highlight it, but there it is. And then we upload image to product thumbnail 2. Once again from the gallery, try not to repeat the pictures. And we'll go with show. And it's as simple as inserting into post. And you'll notice that it puts in the image URL right directly to it. We'll upload another one just to show. I like to have 6, as I mentioned. Select files. Oh, wait a minute, pardon me. From the gallery. They're hard to see, but you can kind of get an idea as you're when you show them that you can see a little bigger, so that they're all professionally done, so they're of a decent quality. But try to get a variation if you can. Pardon me, I'm a little under the weather with a cold today. Been a hard day. Show. Insert into post. Okay, that's enough just for Now we do want to, we don't need to put into these details because they don't show up either way, but I do like to integrate it into Google Maps. And then the way we do that is, I don't remember where this particular listing was from. It says Tamarindo. All right, you're going to see that. And then in order to integrate it into Google Maps, the only thing that you need to do is put in Tamarindo, Costa Rica. Doesn't need to be capitalized. Well, actually it does. I'm sorry. I think it actually does show up. Hang on. Tamarindo, Costa Rica, and then that will give a general. That will show a Google map on the listing that's in Tamarindo, Costa Rica. We're going to update the listing, and then we're going to double check it. As you know, once the listing is finished, that will allow you to view the post. I usually will view the post in a new tab so I can stay on to the, and here we will see what we've done. Pardon me. So you'll see that that's a much nicer looking listing than it was before. Okay, there was one error here. Look, we see that that the gallery is on top, which is not what I want. So we come back to edit the posts, and what we can do is we can move the gallery, I believe, down. What we might have to do is, I'm not sure if you're familiar with this, you can go to full screen mode, and that will make it easier to move the gallery to the bottom. And we'll toggle out of full screen mode in order to update. Once that is saved, we can return to the tab where we had just viewed the posts, refresh, and we'll now see that the gallery is where I want it to be. And you'll see down at the bottom that the Casa Sierra, Tamarindo, Costa Rica has filled in all the blanks for us. And there we go. And that is the task. Now, obviously, the next step would be to come back to Casa Sierra, backspace 1, and move on to the next, which is Casa Ananda, which then we would do the process all over again. And as you can see, we would, I just want you to keep working down the list, and if you can put the price and the sales into the categories, we should be good. Now, I hope this is informative enough. I will be available to you to answer questions tonight. I'm going to stop the recording now and make this available to you. Okay, good luck. And I am available for questions. If you get stuck with anything at all, I'll try to be as close to the computer as possible this evening, and we'll get rocking and rolling. Very good. Bye-bye.